Chapter 3. The Violent Confrontation. The argument escalated into a full-blown brawl, with fists flying and tempers flaring. In the chaos, one of the men struck Alex with a vicious blow, sending him sprawling to the ground, unconscious and bleeding from a head wound. The crack of the blow echoed through the grove, momentarily silencing the chaos. Alex's body crumpled to the ground, a still figure amid the swirling tempest of emotions. Gasps of shock filled the air as the gravity of the situation sank in. Reality seemed to snap back for a brief moment, and the friends recoiled in horror at what had transpired. The violence had escalated beyond their control, leaving them all stunned by the consequences of their actions. Amidst the shock, Mark rushed to Alex's side, his heart pounding with guilt and fear. He gently cradled his unconscious friend, trying to assess the severity of the head injury. Panic took hold of the group as they realized the extent of the harm they had inflicted on their own friend. Someone muttered, "We need to call for help," but the suggestion was met with hesitation and fear. Fear of the repercussions they might face, fear of the judgment from the community, fear of the potential consequences for their own lives. In their state of intoxication and panic, they couldn't think clearly or logically. The bonds of friendship that once held them together now felt frayed, and they were left grappling with the consequences of their actions. Time seemed to both crawl and race as they debated what to do. Alex's condition was deteriorating, and each passing moment made the decision more urgent. Yet, they remained paralyzed by indecision, trapped in the web of their own making. With trembling hands, one of the friends checked for a pulse, relieved to find that Alex was still breathing. But they were ill-equipped to handle the situation. They lacked medical training, and the fear of being caught in their compromised state only compounded their dilemma. Finally, someone spoke up with resolve, "We need to get him to the hospital. It's the right thing to do." But the grove was a considerable distance from any medical facility, and transporting Alex without arousing suspicion was a challenge they weren't prepared for. Fueled by desperation, they decided to transport Alex in one of their food trucks. Wrapping him in a tarp, they loaded him carefully into the vehicle, their hearts heavy with guilt and remorse. As the truck trundled along the dark roads, guilt gnawed at their conscience. They knew their actions were wrong, and they dreaded the moment when their actions would be exposed to the light of day. Their decision to hide Alex's condition was not just a crime of negligence, it was a betrayal of trust and friendship. The consequences of that night would forever haunt them, and their once unbreakable bond would be shattered, leaving them to grapple with the pain of their actions and the tragedy that had unfolded in the grove.